Lita Mae Button here with On the Button.Club. We are extremely close to our 21-day challenge, and I'm super excited for you because what better way than to jumpstart your fitness and get you kicked forward, or if you've been in a little lull, to get you moving and rocking again, okay? And it's an awesome way to do that first thing in the morning. So there's a couple things, simple techniques and stuff that I want to go over with you. And when I say simple, just meaning it's just the basics of boxing in specifically. So then when you walk in the door, you kind of already have a grasp of what to expect with just technique-wise. Because I want to give you the biggest bang for your buck over the 21 days with fitness, with nutrition, with accountability, with motivation, with inspiration, okay? So in boxing, first tip is always your foundation. Again, first tip is always your foundation. You may be asking yourself, well, what is that? It is your feet, specifically your boxing stance and what you do with that. Okay, so we're gonna start with that first. So what you're gonna do, I'm gonna step back and you can see me properly here and see my feet. Most people are right-handed, okay? So I teach the majority of people what's called orthodox, right-handed. What you're gonna do is you're gonna stand shoulder width apart. You're gonna take a step back with your right foot. Notice how, as you're watching this video, you can see my toes facing forwards. That's very important, just for balance and everything. Okay, we're not gonna make it complicated like pro style. This is a recreation class. So everything I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep it simple, smart, okay? Or KISS, or you can use the S for another word, or yeah, replace the smart with another word. But I prefer positivity, so smart. So toes are forwards. You're gonna bend in your knees like you're in a semi-squat position, okay? I'm not gonna worry because I'm not making any fighters out of anybody time soon. That's a whole other level. You're just gonna have your hands in a tight fist up here. Everything comes from the bottom up. So that's super important. A bottom up foot stance in boxing means specifically you wanna pivot first before you throw any punches. So what I'm gonna do is just show you the pivot in your left foot and in your right foot. And the majority of combinations in boxing begin with the left side and your left side. So, and then end with your right. The majority, okay? So when we pivot with our left foot, what we're doing is we're pivoting over on the ball of our toe, turning our hip over, and notice I'm looking where I want to hit, okay? But in this case, all I'm doing is just pivoting so I can transfer my weight from my left to my right, okay? And then I want to transfer my weight from my right to my left. Pivot. Okay? So that's a pivot in the left, pivot in the right. Notice how my hands stay up. I make a tight fist with my thumbs on the outside of my fingers, not on the inside, because when you hit, you'll have more of a chance to break your thumbs if you hold them on the inside. So you want to hold them on the outside. Okay, so that's a pivot to your right with your left foot, and pivot to your left with your right foot. That's just the basic foundation of your footwork. So when you're on one spot, punching really fast, your body transfers with you and you're not pulling on your kneecaps. I see that happen a lot. Okay, so next is the number system. So tip number 2 is the number system. The number system is easy to shout out as a coach or somebody in the corner if you're fighting, okay? Because saying like a left jab, a right jab, that takes a little bit more time to shout out and for the person to cognitively, which means process in their brain to understand what that is. So when we're going really fast in a fast-paced class, I want to make sure everybody gets the biggest bang for the buck, like I said. Okay, so I'm going to go over the number system and what that is. So a 1 is your front jab. That's a 1, okay? So just like that pivot, you turn the hip over. That 1 comes out like a corkscrew. Sorry, that 1 comes out like a hammer, turns into a corkscrew. Okay, see how that goes? My elbow's in alignment with my hip. I'm looking where I'm hitting. And I bring my hand back in. That's a 1. Okay? 2 is your straight right. Okay? Your power hand. So you pivot in that right foot, hand comes out like a hammer, turns into a corkscrew. See? And you're using your full body when you're doing this. That's a 1, that's a 2. Okay? So then we have a 3, 4, 5, 6. In the first week when I do the challenge, we're just going to stick to the 1, 2, maybe a 3, 4. But I'm going to demonstrate it here so you can sleep on it, think on it, all that fun stuff. Maybe you're bored at work, you can review the video again, be excited about your challenge and what's coming the next day. Okay, so here, a 3 is like a Batman cape because it's a left hook. So what you do is you pivot, you have that nice 90 degree in your elbow, like a Batman cape across your face. Come back with it, back to the beginning. There's always there's a string when we're throwing a punch with the hooks and uppercuts. It's like a string that's attached to my elbow as my hip comes over. Okay, so that's a 3. Notice how that string on my elbow brings it back to my ribs, to my hips, okay? And then the 4 is a right hook, same thing. I pivot, as that hip is almost turned over, I come out like a Batman cape. The string is still in alignment with that hip, comes through, back, okay? That's a 3, 4. Okay, left hook, right hook. Now, we have our uppercuts, which is a 5, 6, just basic uppercuts to the head. You want to throw a 5 as your left uppercut. Palm faces in towards you like a shovel. Okay, you make that tight fist. Okay, palms facing towards you. Everything comes from the hip, from the pivot. Pivot in. Okay, left uppercut, 5, comes up to the top of your head, back down. Okay, and then the 6, right uppercut, same thing. I pivot in with my right hip. Palm faces in, coming up. Okay, again, that's a 5, 6. Okay. Third and final tip, because I don't want to give you information overload, or another way to look at it is analysis by paralysis. Too much information, too much analysis, too much paralysis in the brain. Okay, is your general movement with your feet. Okay, like I said, your footwork is your foundation of boxing. So we have our hands up. Anytime we move, we always want to stay in that proper stance. When we move forwards, okay, left foot stays in that position, right foot follows. I just take little steps, okay? Move forwards, I move backwards, my right foot goes first, my left foot follows. I move to my left foot goes, my right foot follows. Go to my right foot goes, left foot follows, okay? So that's your basic boxing footwork. That was tip number 3, okay? Awesome, I'm super excited to see you all, okay, starting next week with that 21-day challenge, okay, because health is your wealth. Lita out. If you need any more information or tips or tricks, or you want to pass this along to anybody who may not be in the Toronto area, who needs some motivation, inspiration, wants to try something different with a workout, remember boxing is rated #1 as an Olympic sport by ESPN, so there's something really good there in learning that, just for recreation and for your own empowerment and well-being. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe below. And like I said, if you know anybody who wants to share, who needs a little bit of motivation, all that, please share, pass on the love, badass love. Okay? Lita, Badass Button, out. Have a great day.